Fasten your seatbelts, hold on tight. You're in for one crazy ride tonight on the Josh Nolan Full Throttle Racing Show. #1 on Facebook. Ladies and gentlemen, fasten your seatbelts, hold on tight. You're in for one heck of a ride tonight on the Josh Nolan Full Throttle Racing Show. #1 with Josh and Zammy. Welcome to the show, and we've got our special guest with us tonight, Mr. Blake Sarpiacone. Welcome to the show, Blake.
Hi, Josh. Thanks for having me.
Yes, so let's talk a little bit about your racing career there, Blake. Where it kind of began, what you're doing now, and, you know, your sponsors you've got on board, because you've got some pretty unique sponsors on board.
2016, we raced a Microd, which is a dirt car. It was on dirt at the Tri-County Microd Club, and we won one race there. At the end of that year, I got into quarter midgets. I raced quarter midgets for 5 years after that. And we finished my last full season. We finished third in Northeast Titan Heavy Honda points. And I drove house cars for Dave Filani and A Main Motors and Paradox Chassis. Won the regional race at Oswego in the Heavy Honda class. And then, so last year we got into the Crate Sportsman's, the Northeast Crate Sportsman's, and we didn't get to have a full season because of COVID, but we got to have a pretty decent season. And we won 2 races last year at Thunder Mountain and 8 heat races. And this year we're going to race at Afton. And we've raced 3 races at Afton, 1 race at 5 Mile Point this year. Our best finish is 12th so far this year. So we got a little bit of work to do, but we are definitely improving from our first time to the racetrack till now this year.
So let's talk about your Microd, you know, because you said you started out in Microd. Was racing a Microd and transitioning over to a quarter midget, was that a pretty difficult transition for you?
There was definitely a lot to learn in the quarter midgets, but I was still pretty new and fresh. So there was still a lot to learn in general. And I really think that the quarter midgets helped me learn the stuff I needed to learn to be able to get in a big car and have foundation skills. I don't have all the skills that I need yet in the big car to be fully successful, but I feel that the quarter midget definitely helped give me a good set of foundation skills to be able to have some sort of success in the big car.
I'm going to let you chime in now, Sammy. Do you have a question for him about his Microd and quarter midget days?
So how long did your Microd career last?
I ran the Microd for 1 year, and we won 1 feature race there.
Oh, heck yeah. Did you race at Knoxville or at all, or just
no,
just kind of like around your state? Or
so the Microd, there's one dirt club for the Microds in New York, and really that I know of, and it's in Triangle, New York. It's called the Tri-County Microd Club.
Oh yeah, okay.
That's where we raced at. And they run the Microds on asphalt too in Cortland and Syracuse.
Yeah.
I think there's another asphalt track for them too, but we didn't do any asphalt with them. We did asphalt with the quarter midgets.
Oh yeah. That's pretty cool. I would like to race on asphalt. That's my dream, but
I like the dirt better.
Yeah, no, I understand. Everybody has their preference.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Blake, okay, you know, when you were in the quarter midgets and before you moved into your Crate Sportsman now, you did have a pretty big win in your quarter midget. What was your pretty big win? I know you had 1.
I had more than 1. I won Northeast Titan regional race at Oswego, OCQMC. I won that in the Heavy Honda. I won the White Rose Clash and Heavy 160. The 1 year they did that, the indoor race. We had some really good, strong, competitive runs at Motorama, and never got to capitalize on it in my own cars, but I did win the Heavy Honda race for Brad Haynes 2 years ago because they didn't run Motorama this year. So it would have been the 2020 I won the Heavy Honda race for Brad Haynes.
Okay.
Motorama.
Do you have a question for Zammy for Blake?
Yeah. What are your future plans? Do you want to go into Indy cars, or what do you want to do?
As of right now, I think a future plan would be to stick with the Northeast style cars. Would run the crate car for a few years until I get competitive in that and we can win races in that.
Yeah.
unload and know that we have a top 5 car and be in the top 5 consecutively, and then get into a Northeast modified would be the big goal for me.
Yeah, that'd be pretty awesome.
So Blake, your crate sportsman you're running now, East Coast crate sportsman, was that kind of a hard transition from quarter midgets into that now?
Well, last year we ran the rookie class at Thunder Mountain, and last year I wouldn't say it was as hard as it's been this year. This year we ran with the big boys. We ran one Grit Series race. I think, or maybe it wasn't Grit Series. No, it was a Grit Series. The payout was Grit Series. It was Grit Series rules and Grit Series payout, but there was pretty much all the guys were modified guys and crate cars at 5 Mile Point, and that was definitely a learning experience there. And we ran 10th for a while, and I got into the Uke tire, and we ended up going to the back and coming back to 14th in the last 7 laps. So that was our first night out, and I really thought that we were going to have some good runs this year. And then we went to Afton, and the first 2 weeks we bent all sorts of stuff up. And then last week we went and didn't bend anything and finished 12th. So this year's definitely been a lot harder than last year has been, but the competition this year is definitely a lot stronger than what we ran with last year. So I
think that's because of COVID?
Well, I think this year we're not running the rookie class. I think that's
okay.
The deal with the competition thing. And I think that there's still a lot to learn about getting the car through the corner. And
okay. So Blake, being you're rating crate sportsman now, East Coast crate sportsman. Let's talk about some of your sponsors. Let's talk about the people that sponsor you. Who are some of your big sponsors that help get you going through the race weekend?
So my dad and grandpa, G&M Automotive, then Kevin Fritzer with American Fireworks, Timmy Golden with Golden's Body Shop, Brian Libator with Brian Libator Snap-On, Royce with Terry's Custom Coatings. He does all our powder coat work for us. Billy Layden with Shenango Welding Supply, Advanced Auto Parts, and I had to think about it.
Do they help you? Do they help you out quite a bit with your sponsorship for your race car?
Definitely. They without them, we definitely wouldn't be able to do what we do to the caliber of what we do.
Okay, so Zammy, you got another question for him about his sponsorship stuff?
So what do the sponsorships like pay for your car, like fix your car, or?
Well, so each sponsor we have a different deal with. Some with tire, some help us with tires, others help with other things, and so it's all really relative. They'll help with in some sort of aspect of something needed to go to the racetrack every Friday night. So
so if something breaks on you, your sponsor would provide you with a new one or something like that. Yeah.
So Blake, talking about, going a little bit further back into your quarter midget days now a little bit, you had a pretty nasty wreck there. You ended up with a concussion. Do you still battling with that, or did you come out of that okay?
So beginning of last summer, I still had some sort of problems with it, and then I went and seen a concussion clinic, and definitely now I'm a lot better than I was then. I got another one this winter. I slipped and fell and hit my head on the ice, but I haven't had any severe problems with them, so hopefully all is good now.
Do you want to walk us through your accident there, Blake? What happened in that accident?
So there's 2 laps left coming into turn 3, coming to the white flag. Coming to the checkered flag. And the turn 3, coming to the checkered flag. The second place car drove straight through the corner and hit the Nerf bar, flipped the car over, and I hit my head off the blacktop and cracked the helmet, and I had a concussion.
Yeah. Sounds gnarly.
Yeah.
What's it like to flip in one of those things?
It's not fun.
Yeah, definitely not.
You get used to it after a while. You're a little bit sore the next day, and
pressure off.
Bends and put new stuff on the car and go back the next week.
Yeah.
Unless you got a concussion, then you got to sit out for a couple weeks. Concussions
are what ruined Dale Jr.'s career.
Yeah. So I I read the book, Dale Jr.'s book, and there's definitely a lot of good information on concussions and stuff like that.
Awesome.
In the book.
Yeah. So hopefully you stay clean of concussions from now on.
Yeah, hopefully they suck.
Crossing your fingers.
Yeah.
So would you say Dale Jr. is your racing hero there, Blake?
I would more say that for me, I don't really pay attention to NASCAR stuff anymore or anything, but I would say for me it would be someone like Tony Stewart or Rusty Smith to be able to, like Rusty, he's had success in the asphalt modified world, in the dirt modified world, and Tony Stewart, he's had success in any race car he's ever gotten in.
Yeah. Tony Stewart's the man, the myth, and the legend.
Anyone that can get in any different type of race car and win on any given night is definitely you want to be like. So
gifted, yeah. Definitely.
Let's talk about your friend Rusty Smith there, Blake, because you brought him up here in the conversation. Okay, Rusty kind of gave you an opportunity to go work on his crew, right? To help him out when you're not racing?
Yeah, so this winter I got the opportunity to spend the winter in Rusty's shop and help put their cars together. I think we put 4 cars together this winter and a 5th one. Another one, no, 6. We've been 6 total. They sold 1 and they got 4. No, so it was 5. It was 5 total cars we put together. I put 1 together. So it was 6 total cars I helped put together, but they got 4 cars now. They sold 1. And so I got the opportunity to go over there and help put their modifieds together for this year and get ready for Florida. They went to Florida in February and then came back and changed some stuff on the cars. And then now they're racing 2 nights a week.
And you were talking about building race cars. Going into that, Blake, you pretty much build your own race car, don't you?
So we buy the chassis, the axles, rear end, stuff like that, and we put it all together. All the tin work, we build all that and mount all that on the car. But we started with a bare chassis and a pile of parts this year and put it all together. Me and my dad did. My dad did all the wiring on the car and a lot of the stuff with the motor and things like that. And I put the front axle in, the rear end in, and between the two of us, we got it together.
So, Sam, do you have any questions for him about his building of his race car?
What's the most important part of building your race car, I guess,
Well, I guess I wouldn't say a certain part of the car.
Yeah, it's all together, kind of.
Yeah, I would say the most important thing would be to take your time and make sure that you're meticulous and that everything is neat and in order and
tuned right
together. And like on the dirt cars, we put never sees on everything because if you don't put never sees on anything, when you got to take something apart, it's not going to come apart. And
yeah,
like Sam said, the biggest thing is to make sure that you're doing stuff in a neat, fashionably order and you're doing it right. And it looks like when you're done with it, you look at it and go, wow, that's really nice equipment that we just put together. So
yeah, kind of tuning it all together is kind of the most important part.
Yeah, and if you take your time and you're meticulous with it, and most times things tend to go better and stuff tends to not break. So
definitely.
So who's all on your racing crew there, Blake?
So pretty much mainly it's just me and my dad. A couple buddies will come to the track with us and help out here and there. I had my buddy Cole come with us one time. My buddy Zach came another time. My grandpa went to 5 Mile Point with us and helped out. So it's pretty much me and my dad, and we try to find one extra person to tag along every week because it's a lot of, especially at Afton, it's a lot of fast-paced stuff. Like we were done with our feature and had the car in the trailer by 9:30. I could have been home in bed by 10:30 if we left then. So
yeah,
they definitely are fast-paced moving. We got there at 5 and we're off the track and in the trailer by 9:30. So
dang, that's pretty fast night.
Yeah.
So each one of your crew members, do they have a particular job that they're assigned to do?
Yeah. So I tend to do the tires and normally if I have a friend go with me, I'll have them take tires off the car, bring me tires to grind them, bring tires back to the car, and then scrape mud off the car. If something does go wrong, I'll have them hold stuff, grab stuff. My dad, if something goes wrong motor wise, that's his job. Anything really mechanical, like motor wise, wire wise, stuff dad's job. My dad, air pressure, shocks, all that stuff, and torques the wheels. Make sure all that's good. He's in charge of fuel. He won't let me do that anymore after we ran out last year.
So
let's talk about that. How did you run out of fuel?
So in the fuel cell, there's foam plug things to make it so the fuel doesn't slosh around and upset the car in the corner. And I stuck the meter stick down in the fuel cell and pulled it out, and it was wet to 9 inches of fuel, but there wasn't 9 inches of fuel in the car, so I figured we didn't need any fuel if there was 9 inches of fuel. But the foam was wet, so there was not enough fuel. And he told me 2 times that night, and or he asked 2 times that night. And our sponsor Kevin Fritzler with American Fireworks, he comes to the track with us a lot. He asked too about fuel because he noticed normally every week we put fuel in the car, and he asked, and I told both of them the same thing. And then we were in third going to second down the back stretch, and the car shut off and stopped.
Oh no.
And Kevin looked at my dad and said, what happened? My dad said, he just ran out of fuel. So
going in the second. Oh
yeah.
Man, how many laps left?
I think there's 5 laps left, somewhere around there.
Man. How far behind the leader were you? Just a couple seconds?
The leader was right there.
Oh, right there too.
Top 3 was right up, bumper to bumper.
That's awesome, but dang, man, that's unfortunate.
So let's switch things up a little bit, Blake. Okay, you still help out on the quarter midget side of things quite a bit. Your sister's coming up in the racing world, so let's talk a little bit about that.
So she won 1 race this year. I'm the flagger at OCQMC, so I'm still get to go there a lot and spend time there, and get to help everyone out and talk to the kids and give the kids advice and try and teach them a thing or two.
Okay. Do you still help out with your sister's quarter midget quite a bit or not?
Yeah, kind of. But between school and my car right now, we haven't really had much time to do anything other than clean the tires and make sure all the nuts and bolts are tight every week. So we really haven't gone to fully searching for more speed yet, but we've had a fast car for the most part, and we've had a little bit of hiccups here and there. So I really think that if we would spend a little bit of time with that and focus on that a little bit more than we're focusing on the big car a lot right now. And so that's part of that. But she's had a fast car and she won one race and definitely been competitive. I think there was another race she could have won if she would have passed cars, but that's a story for another day. And she don't like to talk about that one.
Okay. And the big thing is stay focused, right? Like stay focused.
Yeah, and that's been the big thing this year is just stay focused and stay focused on next week. Next week's a new week, and so just focus in on next week, new week.
So Blake,
last week that's behind you.
So Blake, do you do any iRacing at all?
I do not. I do play the Tony Stewart sprint car game, but
oh, you do? I do too. I have I've been using it with my steering wheel, but my steering wheel broke last night. Just a little USB dongle, so no biggie. But yeah, I have the Tony Stewart sprint car game as well.
Nice. I have a steering wheel too. I played on the Xbox.
Oh yeah. Heck yeah.
So Blake, before we let you go, do you have any advice for the kids coming up in the racing world?
Just stay focused and race clean, and there's no need to bend stuff up and run into each other on the first lap. You gotta run your own race and race clean and just stay focused. And if you have a bad week, put that week behind you, and next week's a new week, and look forward to the new week. And there's always room for improvement. If you go out and you win by half a track, you could have won by a track. And then if you go out and win by a track, you could have won by 2 laps. So there's always room to continue to look for more speed. And races are won in the shop too. And there's a lot that needs to be done and a lot of meticulous detail and stuff like that needs to be done in the shop if you're going to be successful as well.
Yep. So Blake, before we let you go, one last question for you. First off, I'm going to let you know that that's a pretty good philosophy that you have right there, that you talked about, goals and stuff like that. I like that. My last question for you is, let's talk about your number here, your car number. How did that come about?
So we used to race RC cars, me and my dad. He was number 68, and I was 5, and I wanted to be one number bigger than him. So that's where the 69 came from when I was 5.
Yeah, dude, that's kind of the Kobe thing, isn't it? The Kobe thing with the better than MJ. He always had to be a number higher than MJ.
Yeah.
In the Olympics, he had the 7 or whatever, because MJ wore the 6, and same type of thing.
Yeah,
I like
one
it.
Better than him. So
Yeah,
one number better than him.
I like it. I respect that. That's awesome.
So Blake, thank you for joining us tonight on the Josh Nolan Full Throttle Racing Show and talking about your racing career. And maybe towards the end of the season, we can get an update with you. Maybe get you back on here again and talk about your updating your racing season, if that would work out for you.
Yeah, definitely. Hopefully we pull some top 10s together and move up a little bit in points from the 20th, or we're somewhere in between 15th and 20th in points. So hopefully we move up a little bit from there and put some good runs and top 10s together, and maybe even a win. I have to wait and see what happens, I guess.
Heck yeah.
Okay. So Blake, with that being said, we're going to let you go. We're going to give some updates on some racing results here, and then we're going to close out the night. So yes, definitely.
That sounds good, Josh. Thank you for having me. I'll talk to you later.
Best of luck, Blake.
And be sure, Blake, share the video with your friends too. That hey, hit up the YouTube channel. So
we'll do. I will put it on our Sarpiacone Racing page on Facebook.
Okay,
awesome.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Good chat.
Talk to you guys later.
Yep.
Thank you. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let's get some racing results updates here. The Robbie Stanley Classic was last weekend, and Zach Weigler, our guest from last weekend, he went ahead and won the Heavy World Formula race on that in his quarter midget. So congratulations to him. Christopher Buffalino picked up 3 wins in his quarter midget at his local track. And Chase Schott won in his slingshot over the weekend also. But then Dolan Murdy continues his dominance in the dirt stock car races. So yes, definitely. And Colin Hibden's still doing amazingly in the dirt modifieds for IMCA. So yes, ladies and gentlemen. Then Mike Mateer and his racing team had a pretty devastating weekend. They tore up their race car pretty good, but they'll battle back from that definitely. So Sam, do you have any results you want to give us up on there?
Yeah. So for the NASCAR racing, we had the Camping World Truck Series at Charlotte on Friday, and or that was Friday, May 28th. But John Hunter Nemechek won. Hocevar came in second, and Ben Rhodes. I think I read that last week. Sorry. But the Xfinity Series on Saturday was at the Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course, which is a road course, and AJ Allmendinger ended up winning. Justin Haley came in second. Ty Gibbs came in third. Brandon Jones came in fourth, and Andy Lally came in fifth. And then for the Cup Series, it was at Sonoma Raceway. And Kyle Larson, who is actually coming back as a returning member to the NASCAR team this year, actually won it. Chase Elliott came in second. Martin Truex Jr. came in third. Joey Logano came in fourth, and Kyle Busch came in fifth. And that should be all the NASCAR races.
All righty. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us on the Josh Nolan Full Throttle Racing Show #1 with me, Josh, and Sam Steele, a.k.a. Zammy, the Full Throttle Rockstar Josh Nolan, that is, and Zammy. And then, ladies and gentlemen, also, you get a chance, hit like and subscribe to this video. Subscribe to the YouTube channel because we're going to have more shows on board. So definitely hit subscribe and stay in tune with us there. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for being on the racing show with us tonight. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, have a good night. Catch you later on another episode of the Josh Nolan Full Throttle Racing Show #1 with Zammy and Josh Nolan. So with that being said, have a good night, everybody.
You guys.
Yep. Fasten your seatbelts, hold on tight. You're in for one crazy ride tonight on the Josh Nolan Full Throttle Racing Show #1 on Facebook.